Hi guys, welcome to another video. We're just going back to our board game working drawing. We started off last lesson, or last video clip, by putting in a title, board game working drawing. Then we drew out our main box for our board with a couple of drawers down here, and it's got a little slidey in section where the boards will go. So that was our working drawing finished. What we're doing in this video is we're going to add all the detail you need on a working drawing so that a manufacturer can then go and make your product for you. We'll do this step by step, but it's important that you've watched the first video and you've actually completed this task before you can move on to this video, okay? So if you haven't done this yet, go back to the first video, which is on the YouTube channel, complete the drawing, and then you can get on with adding detail. Right, when adding detail, the first thing we do is we want to put our dimensions around the outside of the box, okay? Because the manufacturer will need to know what size it is in order to make it. We do this by putting them around the outside. We don't draw on the actual box. So what we can do is we'll start simply by drawing a line along this edge, and I'm going to put a small line here and here coming straight down. Right, that tells me the width of this. Right, what I'm then going to do is I'm going to draw a line up here. So parallel with this edge, then I'm going to draw a line in like so, put a little line there. Okay, my next task is to do the height of the box. So therefore, a little line there and a little line there. And parallel with the edge, I draw a line in. And what I'm going to do is, because I want to show the width of this cutout here, I'm just going to put a little line up here. And a line in there. Right, notice that all of my dimensions around the outside, they're not actually touching the edge of the box. So your dimensions shouldn't touch the drawing itself. I'm going to draw a little line in parallel with this edge. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to draw a little line in there like that, and I'm going to do some little arrowheads in here and in here, in here and in here. Right, what I'm also going to do is I want to show the width of the drawer. So down the bottom here, I'm going to draw a little line like this, and these should also have little arrowheads. In the bottom, like that. Right, here we go, let me give you a close up. So we should have little arrowheads like this, and up the top here, little arrowheads like this. Okay, now all of our dimensions, whenever we're dimensioning something, it has to be in millimeters. So on here somewhere I need to tell people that. So down the bottom here, I'm going to put a couple of guidelines like this, and I'm going to write in capital letters all dims in millimeters. Give you a little close up of that, how it should look, all dims in millimeters. Right, so now what I can do, I know all of these are 220 millimeters. However, I'm going to write here on this one, I'm going to write 220. Okay, and on this one here, I'm also going to write 220. These are slightly different because I know that this is 20 millimeters and this is 20 millimeters, which we need to take off. So right, 20 in there, 20 in there. So this will be 180. And I know each of these at the bottom are 10, 10. And that should be 200. Right, so there we have the dimensions. There's 220, 220 and then up the top. There you go. Right. That for now is my dimensioning done. You could add more dimensions on there. That's not a problem though. Right, the next thing I want to work on is something called a magnification. A magnification is where you zoom in on a certain part to show how something's constructed or more detail, in more detail. So what you would do is, I'm going to do one down here. Draw a little circle like this. Let's get rid of that bit there. So I've got a bit of a circle and I'm going to draw an arrow coming from that circle to the handle. Okay, so all I want to do here is I'm going to zoom in on that handle and just show the shape of it in a bit more detail, like this. Like that. Okay, and then next to it we'll just write in guidelines handle. Right, so let me give you a close up of that again so you can see what detail is. Right, the next thing I'm going to show is up here. I'm just going to show the edge of the box, zoomed in a bit, like so, and I'm going to draw like so. Underneath, I'll do a little arrow coming in here. Do a few guidelines, and I'm going to write in there in capital letters finger. Ooh. Joint corners, finger joint corners. There you go. Right, next thing I'm going to write on there is I'm going to do a little arrow coming off. Do some guidelines. And we're going to put in there all sides made with 9mm MDF. Okay, so that's giving the person a little bit more detail. Right, we can also say down here, all parts joined using PVA glue. So I want to label up the top here just to say that this is where the board will be viewed. So again, guidelines. So we can write section cut using a drill and coping saw to view board. Okay, so let me give you a little close up of what I've written there. So section cut out using a drill and coping saw to view board. We've got over here, we've got finger joint construction in corners. All sides made from 9mm MDF. All parts joined using PVA. I've got the S there. Parts joined using PVA glue, like so. Right. The next thing I want to label up is the key features. So we've got a slot for the board to slide in. We've got storage for boards. So just under here, we can write down slot for board to slide in. Here we've got 2 drawers, so I'm going to label that up. I'll draw an arrow here first. There you go. Down here, we can put 2 drawers for storage. There you go. Be a close up of that. Ooh. There you go. Right, what I want to show is underneath here on the base, we're going to dowel joint this. So what I might do is draw a circle, get an arrow coming off underneath. Show the base. And all we need to do is and then do a little description over here. So we can put dowel joints in base for strength. Right guys, so your aim today is to get this finished. So get all of this detail. If I give you a close up, all of this detail. We've got the dowel joints down here, so details of construction, details of finger joints, what it's made from, how we're going to glue it together, and so on. All that information needs to be on your working drawing. The last thing you need to do is we're going to make certain parts stand out off the page. So we want the main drawing to stand out off the page. So the last thing you need to do really is add a thick bold line like this, just purely around the outside. You don't have to thicken up anything else.